Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Let's make sure the stream's all good and healthy before we really get into everything. Let me pull it up and make sure it's working, because we all know how strong Firefox is indicating how things are working. Oh, what's happening? We're just gonna go to streaming, make sure it shows that I'm live, and if it does, then I mean, hey, we're good. But if it doesn't, I mean, hey, we're not. Why would I copy a previous stream? Why is it not giving me an option to new stream? Why is it like this? We're just gonna close that out and hope this is working. Let me check on the... Let me just look my channel up directly now. Because I have no clue. For some reason this isn't showing me at all if this is functioning or not. Probably isn't. Oh, it has this listed as Dragon Ball Super Card Stream 3 from 5 months ago and 80 seconds ago. Why do you still show this? Streamlabs, no, fix. Come on, update. Oh, it says I have one watching. Thank you. This isn't actually what we're doing, and I'm really confused as to why it just decided to say, hey, no, you can't. So I have to find out how to fix this. I don't want to see this. We're just gonna ignore that. And let me pop in Firefox and fix this real quick. This just... YouTube is so friendly to any content creators. Yes, I know this is coming from the guy that uploads and streams once every, what, 5, 6 months, calls it good. So, yeah. But I just kind of wanted to stream this run through of Terraria. I mean, I always enjoy playing it, and I want to start a new playthrough because I'm on break. And I mean, hey, stream health. There we are. Alright, don't know why it wouldn't have me this earlier. Why am I typing Particle Network? Terraria Part 1. I wish I didn't have to do this here, but apparently I have to. Just decided to stream my latest playthrough. Oh my god, can I spell playthrough? Playthrough. No, I can't spell, and that's now confirmed. Oh. You know, I don't care anymore. It's been a rough while, but honestly, I'm all good. So, why does nothing ever works for this? So we're just gonna say good. And I have a save I have to hit or something, or maybe not. No save sections. So I'm just gonna refresh this, and alright, looks like we're in the clear. So time to actually do what this stream's supposed to be about. Playing Terraria. The reason I chose Terraria is because I just decided that, I mean, they announced the one update where they're going to, basically it's going to be the last major update, probably, for Terraria, and I mean, I kind of wanted to enjoy it. It's always been one of my favorite games. I stand by that. It's still one of my favorite games. Um, and it's a lot of fun. So if I've got one of my friends wants to join in and play, I mean, hey, shoot me a text or something, and we can join you in. I just randomize my characters just because I don't care too much. I have no clue. Joe. I'm just gonna go like Cardinal Network. Easy. Alright. Where did it go? Oh gosh, I have. Wait, did I already do a Terraria playthrough? I don't know. Run a favorite you so you're near the top. Alright, there you are. I have played a lot of Terraria, believe me. Large world, normal. We're gonna do corruption because I'm more comfortable with corruption. Streaming. So, there. Oh, my neck's killing me. But, I mean, hey. So, what's everyone's thoughts on YouTube breaking itself with this whole child act thing that they're talking about? Where all content either has to be aimed towards children or it can't be seen by children. That's not exactly how it works, but, I haven't read far enough into it to understand, and it seems silly. Which is why I'm not putting my resources into learning about it. I don't make a living off of this. I don't even think most of my videos are monetized. I just do this because I think it's fun, and I enjoy doing it, and I hope anyone that watches it might get some kind of enjoyment out of it. So, just making some dumb joke that makes someone laugh, and otherwise awful day. That's kind of what I want. I know personally myself, kind of a deep moment for a second here, haha. Um, I know I've watched streams on YouTube a lot, just kind of a way to be in a different world, talk to someone else, interact some other way, and just kind of feel free. And it just, I feel very comfortable talking about stuff I would normally talk about, like this. I would never talk about this kind of stuff, and I wouldn't play this. I wouldn't probably be playing Terraria if it wasn't for streaming. Um, right now, I'd probably go. I just bought the second season pass for fighters. I'd probably go be playing that. But honestly, I want to play Terraria before it changes. Because I played it pre 134 when they added all the Dungeon Defenders update stuff, and while it was all fun, it changed the way the game got played, which isn't a bad thing. I just feel like that was a change, and I kind of want to, before this new update comes out at the beginning of next year, I want to have a frame of reference as to what it was, at least before it changed. Um, okay. Wait, what did I call the world? Call it streaming, meaning it's somewhere here. Streaming. Yeah, I again, by the number of worlds, um, I play a lot of Terraria. I used to, at least. Back in my day. Back in my prime time. So, yeah. We're just gonna kinda go. I almost always start off my playthroughs just by, excuse me, walking as far to one side or the other as I can. It may seem silly, and it almost never results in anything useful, but I want to do it. Just because I know I have to later, and I mean, what better time than right at the beginning whenever I have literally everything and nothing else to do. Oh, even the sounds are nostalgic. And yes, I turn the music off because copyright. That, and most of the time when I play Terraria, I just listen to other musics and just kind of just kind of go. Terraria's always been kind of like a relaxing game for me. To anyone that's played Terraria a lot, you're probably questioning, you're probably both understanding and questioning how it's true. Kind of depends on how much you've played. Um, I have some friends that say this is one of the most stressful and intense games they play, which that one I don't quite get myself. Yes, there's times when the game can get intense, but it can get intense at times. But I also find the game relaxing most of the time. Just it's most people have enjoy Minecraft. It's kind of a sandbox style adventure, do whatever you want kind of game, and I enjoy it too. Um, but there's just something about Terraria that it's got a nice charm to it. That and part of it's probably because I played so much Minecraft when I was younger that I probably absolutely ruined it for myself in the long run. Not to say I don't still love the game; it's still probably one of my favorites. It's just I played it so much. I played it since 1.4, and I played straight up to 1.9, and that was like almost the only game I played during that time frame. There were obviously a few times where I'd go play something else, and months at a time where I'd go do something else. Um, but I feel like they kind of broke it, and that's why I stopped playing for the most part. I came back to it fairly recently, and it's not all gone. It's just most of it. Most of it to me feels gone. It feels like a whole different game, which again, not a bad thing. It's just that I like certain aspects of it, and they've elected not to focus on those. And I mean, I can't blame them. They've got an audience to work towards, and I've got other games I can play. Nothing against the game itself. I mean, it's. I'm not gonna say comparing it to Fortnite like a strong audience, but I feel like there is kind of a community, though the community can be quite toxic at times. There is a community there, and I have friends that are. I have one friend that actually manages a server still, and it's his primary source of income. Granted, he's pretty young and still in school. It's just kind of a side hobby he does. But I mean, hey, if it works for you, who am I to judge? My mindset in life is, if you're not hurting anyone, what is it my place to judge? Now, if you're hurting someone with what you're doing, I mean that's a whole different class of stuff that's going on. And yes, today's just gonna kind of be me ranting about everything and anything. Um, because Terraria is one of those games that commentary can kind of come or go. And I feel like it's time for me to vent. Just one of those times in life you're like, yeah, I need to just sit down and say something. And the thing is, I don't know about what. I just want to talk. I just want to talk, period. Alright, you stupid little bat. Yeah, you better run. I'm gonna die. I need to eat. Mushrooms. Anything. Detects enemies. Wow, it detected all of those. Wow, that was helpful. Oh, I'm dying. No, I'm not. Oh, Jesus Christ, I have mushrooms. I crunch mushrooms. Milady. Mushrooms. Run. I'm dead. Yeah, but there's a chest right there. So, I could run and go get that. However, due to the current time of day, I am going to get an axe and start chopping down trees. I play this game. Some people I know make giant like They build giant stone houses. Um, I'm more of an old-fashioned kind of. I'll build like a 70-foot tall. My strategy is normally just long term. If I'm building a house, I build something simple but expandable. Uh, I get a flat area with no water because it's such a pain to drain in this game. Uh, and I build one house that's suitable for the guide because I used to think he was absolutely useless, and then I got a bit more into stuff like modded content, and he became suddenly the most useful NPC I've ever had. I mean, just because so many of those mods out there don't really have a true wiki page you can go to and just learn about what to do, so you kind of have to rely on in-game data. So I'm not used to having several living. I don't know what these are called again. If there's a dungeon name for them, or not really a dungeon. It's more of just a, hey, you found a hollowed out tree. Go get your loot and deal with it. When I my first playthrough, I got really unlucky, or lucky, I guess you could look at it, and I got the spiders, the spider web biome, I forget what it's called, the spider's nest, to spawn inside of the tree. So for the longest time, I actively thought that this was a bad area and I should avoid it because of all the spiders. So anytime I saw one of these trees, I kept thinking it was a trap. And that was just kind of something I had to pick up on my own over time, that it was safe. Kind of it was interesting trying to explain to my friends that had played this forever and were like, why are you so scared of going into a tree? It's free items. I'm like, yes, but there's so many spiders. It's just kind of a, oh, I forgot that on rope you can't just hold the torch. Let me just, please throw it above. That's one thing I do kind of like about Terraria over Minecraft, though. If I'm splitting hairs, the ability to hold a torch. I'm not sure if they updated that though. I used to use mods for it. Holding a torch, emitting light while you used it. Granted, it's a little different in this game because it's kind of a main mechanic. Not to say torches aren't a main mechanic in Minecraft. Those are always really helpful. But it feels more like darkness in Terraria feels more dangerous than darkness in Minecraft. And there's just a whole sense of more danger. I would say you have to be a lot more mindful playing Terraria versus playing Minecraft. Enemies wise, stuff all around you. There's a lot more dangerous things that could happen. Cue someone mentioning creepers and that whole argument starting, and honestly, you're not wrong. Creepers are bad. Creepers are how'd my friend describe them? They're bad juju. But, oh, excuse me. But honestly, with enough preparation, you can kind of get around their whole issue. Not entirely, but enough to make it so that it's not terrifying. Because when I first started playing, that was like, I didn't really want to play Minecraft too much because I didn't want to get into building something and then just lose everything. It was something I was terrified of. Oh my gosh, I should have gotten that chest faster. I didn't click loot all fast enough. Anyway. House time. But it's not flat area. So I am going to make flat area. I'm just going to walk this way until I find that flat area I was at earlier. Guide, buddy. You're not doing anything. Please cease and desist. Disney style. What's funny is if someone ever talks about like mining and slimes, the first thing I think of is yes, Minecraft is also is this thing pops up right up front, but also if I hear someone talk about how annoying slimes are, the first thing I immediately think of is like, oh yeah, they're talking about Terraria. Just because of they're just everywhere. They're everywhere. Hey, guide buddy, I'm gonna help you out here. Don't walk towards it, genius. Yeah, you provide moral support, and don't throw me into the zombie. I do think it'd be kind of an interesting mechanic if it was like, yeah, you died. Now it's the next day. Kind of an unconscious period. It'd be kind of a way for new players to kind of get used to the whole, hey, uh, nighttime's really dangerous. Because most people call this 2D Minecraft, and in Minecraft, nighttime is, well, it's dangerous. It's not really a threat. I don't, at least personally, I don't find it to be like a threatening or menacing thing at all. It's just kind of something that happens. And where did he go? Anyway, it's just kind of a thing that happens, and there's no point being afraid of it. It's gonna happen whether you're afraid of it or not. Also, star. No, no. There. So now, whenever I'm making this, I have to make absolute sure that I don't put make sure my spawn point is not in my house at the beginning, at least until I get to bed, because I've had far too many playthroughs where I forget that rule, and I do so, and then all of a sudden a big chunk of my house is gone. Because if you don't know how Terraria does that, uh, it has a habit of destroying whatever's at your spawn point, because reasons. Ow, that hurt. I wish they didn't do that, but hey, guess what? They did. Buddy boy, guy boy. Yup, my spawn point's over here, and right in the splash zone apparently. That zombie's getting progressively closer, and I don't know how to feel about that. He'll be dead before it gets too close this time, I think. Yeah. So it's just kind of time to go. Um, since I'm putting the wood there, I don't think I need to be too worried about the background dirt. Um, I'm gonna have to worry about the background dirt just for my own personal reasons, because I am weird about that. And of course, stay back. Torch you back up. A little more across. I mean, I want to have a nice house. I want to live a life of great luxury. This game is just okay. This game is just so amazing. It's one of those games that I won't think about it for months at a time, and then all of a sudden, it's just the best thing ever again. It just kind of has that effect. It sounds kind of weird, and it probably is, but it's a classic. It's a classic in my opinion. Now I'm sure hundreds of thousands of millions of people would disagree with this being a great game, but I don't really care about their opinions. I know what makes me happy, and it's not zombies jumping over my wall into my house while it's in progress. That is something that I'm not a fan of. The thing is, I know if I don't finish this wall before that zombie gets here, he's gonna jump it too. Just like that. You know what? You don't get a chance for knockback. You don't get the opportunity to have knockback. Also, that's a very nice amount of wood in my inventory. No longer. 'Tis no longer. Hey, my boy. Now, is that tall enough? Probably not. Just barely. And I'm fine with that. Whew. A lot of people ask me, like, why do you enjoy doing streams so, like, late at night normally? Part of it's because I have severe insomnia. And, I mean, it's just kind of a way of, I normally stream until I'm tired. And, I mean, if I'm tired, that kind of solves the problem. It's just kind of, especially games like this, where there's no, well, Terraria, depending on how you play it, it can have a sense of impending doom at times. Um, Wait, is that the Moon Lord's spawn quote? One of them? Yeah, I think it is, or one of them, or it might be the Four Pillars spawning. The game can be pretty intense at times. I'm not gonna lie on that one. Um, but I think overall it's a relaxing experience. That's a lot of walls, and now I need doors. And tables to go along with those. So I have 12, so I need 12 of everything. Oh, I made too many. But I still do need 8 more chairs. 8, like 12, 9, 10. Wait. Yeah. And I'll need 2 more doors. I'll need torches too. Not tiki torches, regular torches. Do I have to make those? I do have slime. Or gel? We call it gel. Also, if I sound weird during this, it's just because I'm slowly, I'm not gonna say fading, that sounds like I'm high. No, I'm just kinda chilling. Things haven't been okay for a long time, and I'm gonna make them be okay. Because I'm happy where I am. This is sounding sad and dark at times. But, it's all good. It's all gonna work out for the best. I went to a live show last night for a YouTuber. Not, he's popular and he won Creator of the Year, but most of my friends don't know about him. Mini Lad. I think he is hilarious and one of the most underrated channels on YouTube. And it was one of the most fun nights of my life. I took a family member, my father, And if any of you have went to see that show or know about him, you immediately know, hey, he's not the one you want to have playing over your speakers at your house or want to have family members listening to. Well, I had that happen live. Um, and I had warned them ahead of time, and it was still interesting. Not even because of his fault, not even because of him. It was because of an audience member he brought up for a participation section that was a little too, I think he had to be drunk for all the stuff he was saying, and for his poor child with him. I really hope he was drunk and that none of it was true. um, anyway. Let me grab a glass of water. My throat's getting a little scratchy. I've also just kind of, I say just in the tail end, it's been a little while, but not too long, off of being extremely sick. I mean, I probably should have gone to the hospital, honestly. I was truly bedridden for a week, one full week, start to finish. Um, most of which I couldn't breathe. I was coughing up blood constantly. It was, it was uh, a unique experience that I'm not exactly. I mean, there are some things in life that I wouldn't wish for my worst enemy, and being sick like that, feeling hopeless, that's just something I would never hope anyone would have to deal with. Also, I really hope I don't have to extend my house out anymore. What's the button? Control for the easy access thing. One of them is supposed to be a turn on the easy shortcut thing. I want that just so I can see the outlines of each section. We're just gonna say 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12. That's That's 12, which is where I suspect we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Cool, so we're extending it out 1. I'm going to say this direction just because the trees. I like the trees. And I'm just gonna, I build this way because it's easier, because since you basically have an outline then. And from here, just delete us. I gotta go break some more trees. I'm gonna run out of paneling for the next floor, but I like to build all of my NPC houses at once, essentially. Because I really don't like spending too much time building everything. While I mean, it's fun. It's a key part of the game. I just, once I get it done, I can kind of turn gears and focus on what I actually want to do. And I enjoy house upgrades. I enjoy making aesthetic changes to the house. It's just things I enjoy doing. But sometimes I just kind of want to step back, and it's something that needs to get done that I'm gonna get done, but not immediately. There's 12 and 13. 12, 13, 14, 11. That doesn't look right. Doesn't feel right. Something feels off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And this is 12, so here's 11. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I was wrong A the first time with this. And I'm also wrong here. Apparently this is right. So you build it one there, cross. It's always the first floor that's the hardest in my opinion, because after that you've, again, kind of got a guide. I always format mine how I always called it was hotel style. A straight up and down chute that was just kind of an easy way to get a large capacity of people into a small space. And just kind of the easy way to do it. In some playthroughs I use like a up and down like, quick rope, but honestly, this feels easier to use. Plus, it's helpful during certain boss fights, and it's a solid platform you can stand on in the middle, which is nice. Especially when you get the meteor gun later on and you're farming some of the swarm-based events. It makes it really easy to just kind of go along with what's happening. Let me see. I'm now watching the stream quote-unquote live, so it's more on time. I want to see how reactive it is. Alright, yeah, it's quick. It's fairly quick. Maybe a minute or two. Not even a minute or two. Maybe 20-30 seconds. But I'm gonna convert that to back of the house planks, wood walls. Convert that there. That should be enough to finish out the second floor, and that's honestly all I'm gonna do house building wise up front. I'm probably gonna stuff the rest in a chest so that I can do it a little later on, or at least I'm gonna go grab a drink and then I'm gonna continue house building because it's necessary and it has to get done. I just really don't want to do it. And villager houses are a thing, and they're absolutely necessary. They're the primary reason I build the houses this way. Because I essentially use every villager's storage as my own because I am immensely lazy. Oh, I can make this first floor match. That's gonna be nice. You have to go there. Also, if anyone plays mobile games, now's kind of a fun time with all this stuff going on. Zach the guide, move in here. Congratulations, you now have a home. But yeah, I'm gonna tuck myself off in this corner, and I'm going to do the closest thing I can to a pause, and I'm gonna go grab a drink. Let me pull up my live, is it editor? Editor, yeah, I'm gonna switch to my Be Right Back stream. Mute my mic and be back in just a minute, guys. I have returned, and with a drink and a few little snacks to eat if I get hungry, of which I'm going to eat the first one. I raided some of the Halloween candy we had for the, to give out trick-or-treaters, and, I mean, we didn't have many, so, more for me. So, yeah. I'm going to commit mass forest destruction, and, then I'm gonna just keep building houses. It's been so long since I played Terraria, I kind of forgot what to do. I remember the order of the bosses. I almost always played with like a group of friends. The one constant friend was the one that knew everything about Terraria, orders of items, different stats for each one, timings for when to get each one to maximize its usage. It was just, he was an expert at this thing. But I haven't talked to him recently, and that's a duck. I mean, like that's literally like that. That's a duck. Um, but I am going to go find one thing I do remember very clearly, because it quite literally more than once saved my life. First thing, go find cactus. Cactus armor and cactus sword are some of the best things you can get early game. And by early game, I mean this point in the game, where all I really have is a lot of wooden platforms. Wait, was that 4? I feel right. Something fell off there. That was 4. That just felt weird. That was too smooth, and those 3 went across like 4, and that was uncomfortable. All right. Also, I am massively, actually kind of tired for once. I didn't intend to be tired, but I mean, streaming can get tiring. Especially because I had to spend so long trying to set this up. Because my school has this user required set of emails accounts for all of our class stuff, and for some reason it kept trying to overwrite my this email that this channel's tied to, and would not let me sign into YouTube for anything. It just wouldn't. It was like, oh, you want to sign into YouTube? So your school account shows you don't have access to that. Like, yeah, I'm not trying to use my school account. Well, see, the thing is, you are. It's like, no, I'm really not trying to. And it didn't really give me that option. And it's raining. Yay. I like that the NPCs just kind of come and go, but sometimes I've encountered problems where they'll let tons of enemies in at once. And, I've actually had to kind of, I'm not going to say lock NPCs off, but no, yeah. I've had to lock NPCs off just so they wouldn't let anything in. Because some of them are like him and just let everything in and out of the door as they walk, and just like to walk back and forth through the same door for the sole purpose of AI. And it gets annoying quick. So, let me do my other lighting systems, because I don't just light the back of the house. I light the whole house, because I don't want monster spawns. I saw a bunch of the stuff for the Journey's End update, with the final update to Terraria I've been talking about a little bit. It looks kind of fun. And they mentioned a lot more end game content. It's kind of a dub. But at the same time, I mean, they didn't have to do that. They could have just kind of made the game last longer by drawing out the beginning more, and that's what a lot of games have done. They made a slower startup, um, but it's such a cheap way to extend the life of a game. Um, I haven't looked too far into it, but I did notice the lack of like any distinct end game bosses they're adding. Um, I mean, like a boss post Moon Lord. I mean, yes, fighting the Moon Lord's kind of a big deal, but it'd be kind of a fitting end to the journey to realize, hey, he's not the biggest threat you could fight. That'd have been kind of a fitting end. Part of it I think is they're in a kind of a weird spot with having canceled one game and brought the next into official production, Terraria 2. Their studio's kind of in a weird spot. Unless I'm missing something in Terraria 2 to somebody else, which has happened in enough times and more than I'd care to admit and more than should ever happen. I feel as though if a company is in a good enough standing to create a follow-up to a successful game, they should be the ones making the follow-up to the successful game. They shouldn't outsource it to a second company. They should just keep it in-house, if that makes sense. I'm not going to have enough to finish this house, or even one room of this side. Oh, do not fly in here. If you fly in here, we're going to have some words, buddy. Because they're more than equipped to if they wanted to. I'm just going to kind of lean back for a second, get a drink of water. Make sure I've been building houses to specifications first. Because I may have, after all this, realized suitable, missing walls, yeah. So, I'm not even going to worry too much on these yet. I'm going to jump down to the bottom, absolutely dump my inventory into a chest or two, and call it good. Not really call it good, but I'm going to go find out what was in that one water chest a while back, actually. I just remembered seeing that, and I'm gonna go do something about it now. Yes, this far after the fact. Someone said that in some of the modes, the zombies could actually break down the doors, which would be terrifying. Because from what I remember, there's no actual like reinforced doors, implying that no matter what you do, your house is never safe. The only good method I've seen that would work in a situation like that is the people who have mob pits on either side of their house, like for blood moons. So anything that approaches immediately gets tossed into a small room for mass extermination. So now I have to, let me look at the map. You know what, no need to look at the map. I know exactly which direction I should not go, and it's the direction I'm going to go. So off in this direction, where I just took 10 fall damage, and it's really hard to see. Now it's hard to see on stream, believe me, it's hard to see in real life too. I always overestimate that. I always think they're going to fly a little slightly farther than they do. Or I think their turnaround is going to be a little slower than it is. Just enough where I can predict it and get around it. Never quite works out that way though. I always just kind of drift down, and I always plan for something like that where they bounce down and around instead of just bouncing straight. That I kind of shook that one because of the tree. I kind of want to see a ranking like list. I used to watch ranking lists all the time of like what games have the most menacing day to night changes. Um, Not like special events like, oh, on certain nights this happens. No, it's a, hey, anytime night rolls around, you're dead. I hate when they come at angles like that. Just makes it so impossible to deal with. Especially because these zombies are gonna come over here and hop that wall and kill me. So I've got to make a mad dash. I even see a piranha, of course. I actually could not see that piranha. I always forget that with sound on a lot of games like this feel like horror games. Because even the most mundane of tasks, like you're walking around in the dark with a torch. Oh, great, a blizzard. Great. I love blizzards. I actually don't. I am going to die. Goodbye, Crowell. There's no way I'm crossing that gap. I am surrounded on all sides by death. I am not letting them kill me. I'm taking my own choices. I know there's a way to do console commands, but I do not care enough to do them right now. If I get a console command to pop up today, I mean, hey, that'd be kind of nice. But I'm not gonna do that. I forgot what buff sunflowers give. Happy. Oh, it didn't get to read what happy does, but I was apparently happy for a whole few minutes. Actually, minute is a little bit of an overestimate. The sharp change in sound from like, oh, I'm gonna try and use it as a, oh no, the worms. I hate the worms. Oh, wow! I actually straight shot that down. That was kind of impressive. I'm actually kind of content with that. I'm fine with. Everyone's probably figured out. You're dropping silver. You're dropping money. Yeah. I don't exactly care yet. Walking goldfish. Yeah. This. If it wasn't for me knowing how this game works, movement speed increased and monster spawns reduced. I actually could put some of those near my house and just kind of clear things up a little bit, but at the same time, I want to build my monsters farm as soon as possible. So I'm gonna need to not do that. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can get some blue candles and greatly increase the amount of monster spawns I can have, because I really, really think that would help the whole monster spawner thing. Terraria has so many of these floaty enemies like this, where their whole gimmick is just to float around you, and it gets aggravating really quickly, especially because when you're balancing several of them at once, and one hits you, it throws your whole thing off balance. I can't go that way until there's light. I just can't. I just can't not with that level of things blocking the path. Oh, one of my favorite games, mobile games at least, I think they just finished maintenance, that or they just shot out an update saying, hey, come do these summons, and it's like, yeah, I'd love to, but you're still under maintenance. Oh wait, I can go to I can go to the jungle, get some trees that way, and that will let me, finish off the house. Because that's one thing that's nice about Terraria. All of the wood looks the same. You don't have to try and pull a Minecraft where you have to get all of the same color, or everything looks wrong. Not just like a little off. Everything looks wrong then. Everything just looks painful. and there's need to be going to speak because need this to be now, want it to be now. All these songs that are so copyrighted. But I feel confident that for at least for now I am in the clear, and they're not intending to copy strike me for saying a few lyrics. Yeah, a no-name YouTuber saying a few lyrics to a song that came out a long time ago, but it's still really popular. It's one of my favorite songs. I saw them recently in concert. It was a great concert. But it was I feel safe in saying a few words from it. Just because, I mean, again, no-name YouTuber here. Oh, maintenance is over. I'm going to die in this game because I am doing a other video game thing at the same time, and I'm prioritizing. Also, how am I not actually dead already? I was just holding down. I died, oh no. Alright, I did a summon. My death will bless my summon, please. Do the second. Do the thing. Do the thing. You didn't do the thing. Please do the other thing. Alright, I only have one hyper rare. And it's one I already had. Looks like I just lost my second chance to get him. My only real chance to get him as a character. But, I mean, that's fine. Just a moderate annoyance. Alright, 3 days left on that one. And these farmable. Oh, great. Things are happening here again. Now that it's daytime. See, the thing about this is that. Yeah, in rain, there's increased anything. Everything's more dangerous. So it might as well be night. Next night, I'm probably locking myself in one of the rooms and just taking a break to play a game on my phone, just because, I mean, this is fun, but I mean, it's just kind of, it's the start of Terraria. The start's always, in my opinion, the least fun, especially on a solo one. Just because it's pure resource gathering, and you just keep constantly dying. And I got really unlucky, apparently, and I cannot find my usual method of fixing everything going wrong. The El Cactus. So I'm gonna have to do either some research on how to what a good replacement for it would be. I would guess it would be something along the lines like the wooden armor, but the wooden armor is awful. I know for a fact the wooden armor is awful. Cactus armor is not good either, but it's better than the wooden armor. That's all I know, and that's been drilled into my head enough times that I'm confident in saying that. Oh, iPhone, what are you saying to me? Sharing suggestion. No. I don't know why it does that. When it's like, oh yeah, do you want to share all these pictures you took with everyone you know? It's like, no, I actually don't. If I did, I would have sent it to them by now. Just seemed kind of silly as a concept of, see, we should just keep telling them, hey, send these to your friends. Why are you doing this? It sent me 3. You should share these with friends. Notifications things, all in the course of like 30 seconds. It's like, really? Why? Why like this? I can make mana crystals, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. There's no point not to. I'm waiting here so I don't die immediately as soon as I get out of here. Don't do this. I've come so far. So far. I can't believe you've done this. I actively am unsure what to do now. My default response is to run as far as I can in one direction or the other to find desert. But I've got a jungle, which is dangerous, and I've got a corrupted ice biome, which is always extremely fun and safe to go through. All those slippery mechanics with the, forgot whatever they're called, the flying things. These things, the Eater of Worlds. Eater Souls, Eater Souls. All I know is that I am crossing this bridge. At least I'm building this bridge so that I can cross it next time. Just don't do this, please. And of course I get swarmed. I mean, what else is the point of playing it? Oh gosh, this game's learning curve is so brutal. Not even really learning curve, just hey, oh you're playing? No you're not. So Is it a mod that I'm thinking of that whenever there's a blizzard, you're supposed to get like launched essentially with the wind, and you're like actually have to deal with the weather effects? Or is that something in the base game that I'm just getting extremely lucky and not having to deal with? Because it seems like a little bit of both. Yeah, oh my gosh, this is so painful. The one thing I do know is that, like, wooden armor is actually useless. Like, just actually useless. So, not gonna waste my time or resources doing that. He says passing an infinite number of trees. It's a matter of principle at this point. Also, if you hear meowing and attacking of a door, that is my cat attempting to besiege my room. Which is, as soon as I get off stream, the first thing I'm dealing with. Not the cat, yes, I'm not gonna hurt the cat, no. I'm just gonna let her into the room. Yeah, no, we're gonna deal with the issue with the old-fashioned way. Might as well throw myself down the rest of the way, huh? Might as well, right? There's no point not to. I fell most of the way, can't get back up. What's the point, right? I'm starting to remember. I think I see a desert literally right past this. I am actively getting a headache playing this. Which is why I'm going to give it probably 10 more minutes. And you want 3 more attempts. 3 more solid attempts to get across. This will end after either 3 attempts or once I have acquired all of the cactus I could find. Most likely it will be the first, if previous attempts have been any indicator. Okay, there's a slime on the ground. That's a good indicator. There's 2 slimes on the ground. It's good taking up spawns. Mad lads, good lads. When you trapped, that's really good because it's taking up one of your direct spawns. what's going on here. Oh, what is this mess? Oh, what is this? I mean, come on, really? You don't even have the patience to deal with this? This mess? Oh, this is ridiculous. Just kill me. Just kill me. I said 3 attempts, but I am, for my own sanity, going to stop there. I have some wood on me, right? You know what? No. We're gonna finish these last 2 houses, make them look really nice, and then we're gonna stop. Put everything in that chest. You go there. Need 2 chairs. Two of those. Excuse me. Nope, I'm all clear. I'll make my wooden walls. I can use those forever and ever, so might as well make a bunch now. Part of it is my sanity is going away from the game, and part of it is this cat that is aggressively and constantly trying to destroy my hopes and dreams via my doorway. Okay. Place that down. Once I get those 2 checked out, saying that they are good for residents to move in, I will save and quit. And end the stream then. This was really just because I was bored. I mean, it really was. There's no intention with any of this. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you did. Like and subscribe. Okay, that's in English. Oh, Elijah. I do see you, Elijah. I am aware of your presence. So, that was at 12. That was 5 minutes ago. Oh, it's been like every minute. Oh my god, you've been doing it every minute. Elijah. E/. E. Respond to my main account. But, yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Tomorrow I'm doing a Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke with just voice commands, which is going to be a nightmare. My patience will be tested. I'm not gonna test my macro that I made with the voice thing, purely because I want it to break tomorrow, and I want to be angry, because it's more funny. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see all of you tomorrow, unless you aren't there. So, bye.